So who am I? And what do I have to do with vintage postcards? Well, I'm going to tell you. Hello, my name's Mark Clemens, and I wanted to introduce myself to you, especially those of you out there in the vintage postcard world who are either sellers or collectors or have some other interest. I've been collecting postcards for about 26 years now. I first got involved in postcards when my wife went to a local estate auction, and they had a little stack of postcards there. And in that stack was a postcard of a scene from my hometown here in Greensburg. She thought that was pretty interesting, so she purchased them and she brought them home and showed me. And when I saw that postcard, I thought, wow, that's amazing. I didn't realize there were postcards of my hometown. When I think of postcards, I did collect them somewhat as a child, and they were always places like big cities, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, or tourist attractions like Disneyland or national parks or something like that. So I never really thought that there would even be a postcard of my relatively small hometown here. So that fascinated me, and I immediately began to look for more. And at that time, eBay was relatively new, had only been in operation for a couple years. And so jumped on the internet and started searching through eBay and found just so many postcards of my hometown. It was amazing. And I started buying them up as quickly as I could. And I amassed a pretty nice collection, and I've added to it over the years. But in my search for postcards of Greensburg, we went to, as I said, estate auctions, local auctions, antique stores, antique malls, any place I could find postcards. And as I was buying cards from Greensburg that were my interest, I began to amass a pretty large collection of other cards that I wasn't particularly interested in, but I sensed that they had some value, just like my hometown was of interest and value to me. I suspected that these other cards that I had come across would be also interesting to other people. And so I started to sell on eBay. With the thought that my eBay sales would help support my addiction to postcards that I was interested in. I've been doing that on eBay. I've been on there for over 25 years. I also pretty quickly began to go to postcard shows looking for cards. And in doing that, I thought, well, this would be a good place to sell those other cards that I have that I wasn't interested in for my own collection. So I began to do postcard shows, a couple locally, and then we began to branch out and go to other areas in the state, and I've even gone out of state to do postcard shows, and did that for probably about 10 to 15 years. And about 10 years ago, I stopped doing postcard shows. Mainly because it's a lot of work to go to a postcard show. It involves packing up all of your inventory and hauling it somewhere and getting it all back out again and displaying it on a couple tables, and getting everything in preparation so that when people come in to look, it's organized and easy to look through, and hopefully they can find what they're looking for. But all the packing and loading and unloading and unpacking after a while kind of wears on you. And it also wears on the cards, to be honest with you. One of my pet peeves about going to postcard shows was some people are a little rough on cards, and when they pull them out to look at them, they don't always take care to put them back, not only put them back in the right place, but to put them back without causing damage to them. So for a variety of reasons, I quit doing postcard shows, and over the past 10 years, I've mostly just focused on doing eBay sales. And since I retired about 8 years ago, I've had more time to spend on eBay, and I have spent, and I've tried to build my inventory up. I couldn't tell you what it was 10 years ago, but I'm at the point now where I'm up to around 30,000 cards, and I hope to increase that even more. You might be able to see behind me, there's a shelf there with boxes of postcards. I have a pretty good stock of material yet to be listed to work with, and I'm also always going out looking to buy, scouring the shops and the antique malls and wherever I can find them, and I hope to be continuing to add to my inventory as time goes on. The reason I'm here today is because over the past couple years, I am an avid YouTube watcher. I can spend hours just flipping through the videos. I have a short attention span, I guess, so I like the short videos. And I came across several people who were doing videos about postcards. And it was a similar experience to finding my first postcard. I didn't think there would be videos of people talking about postcards, but there they were. So they interested me, and I'm an avid watcher of those sellers who do postcard videos on YouTube. And I just recently thought to myself, well, that looks like fun. Why don't you do that yourself? And I thought, well, originally thought that's not the kind of thing that I would do. And then I thought, well, why not? So here I am. The point of this video here is to introduce myself to you. Again, my name is Mark Clemens. My business is Mark Clemens Postcards. I am on eBay. I am strictly on eBay. It's the only place I sell these days. And my seller ID is the letters MDC, which are my initials, and GBG, which is the abbreviation for Greensburg. You can find me under that. And I hope in the next coming months, I want to talk to you more about postcards. I hope to show you some of the things I have around here. I'm an avid collector, not only of postcards, but other memorabilia of my hometown, Greensburg, and a few other topics as well. And I'll show you around the office here and show you my setup as far as how I do things. Hope to show you some of my eBay sales as they take place. We'll look at sold postcards. If I have an opportunity to go out and buy some new material, I'll hope to show you that as well. And I hope to show you, I have a personal collection that's pretty extensive. I'd like to show you some of the material from that, and maybe even have a weekly feature card where we take a look at a card that I think is pretty special. Now, I don't work alone here in the office. It's a big job to do these postcards on eBay. And so I have a couple helpers, and I want to introduce them to you. This is a mother and daughter team. They've been with me for about 1 year. Ellie Mae is on the left, and Lucy is on the right. Ellie Mae is a little bashful, but she's a very hard worker, always shows up on time, and is willing to do whatever I ask her to do. Lucy is just a trainee at this point, but she's learning the ropes. Unfortunately, she sometimes chews on the ropes, but she's eager to learn, and they're invaluable to me here. I think that's all for now. Now you know who I am. You can look for me on eBay, and you can look for me here on YouTube, and I'm hoping to spend some more time with you talking about postcards. So if you like this video, please give me a like. This is my first video, so you could be the first person to give me a like. Also, please hit the subscribe button. You could be my first subscriber. Lots of opportunities for firsts here. But hopefully you've seen something that interests you and you'll want to come back again. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Okay, guys, your break's over. Let's get back to work.